Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you another video. All right, fresh out of bed. When I say fresh out of bed, fresh. I turn on my phone, and the first thing I see is NBA news of many kinds. Many kinds. First of all, Michael Jordan. He is going to finalize the sale of the Charlotte Hornets today for 1.7 billion bucks. Um, as far as who the new owners would be, I don't have their names in my head, but point is, that sale is being done right before the draft, and that's pretty interesting because that means that moves don't have to be made with intentions of trying to keep the team exciting for Mike in order for him to get this done. It's already done, so you don't have to expect anything to be done in that vein. So I guess that's what it was. We were speculating on this channel that maybe he would try to do certain things to kind of make the team a bit more attractive. But in reality, a deal like that was already done. So this is going to be interesting to see if anything changes in regards to what the draft is going to look like. If Scoot's going to be a part of the team, if they go with Miller, if they do something, a third option with the pick. Should be pretty interesting to see what happens there. Second news, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is going to be the new GM of the Golden State Warriors. Something else we were also speculating could affect the Warriors in the draft and various things that they're trying to do. We understood that they were trying to, with the rumor was that they were trying to move Kuminga for a high draft pick. I don't think that's going to be possible, but that's what they were trying to do. Maybe shake some things up as well. So yeah, Mike Dunleavy takes over there. Mike Dunleavy Jr., that is, for their GM position in Golden State. And of course, the big news everybody was waiting for. This is the one. Ja Morant. He has been suspended for 25 games. It's not 50. It's not 2 seasons. It's not 2, like one of the posts said on IG. No, that's a typo. It is 25 games. So that can be seen as much more lenient than what we were expecting here. And I don't have any problems or qualms with that. I haven't read too many reports on that, obviously, but that is the news. As we absorb all the news, I just say that, I just think that a lot is being done before the draft. I think you can clearly see that teams are trying to position themselves to not have any question marks about what's going to be happening with their franchises come next Thursday. So that is what I'm taking from that entire situation. And those teams are going to be pretty prominent in regards to what happens next with the draft. So congratulations to all those teams who have gotten good news, and of course Ja Morant. I think that's actually congratulations too, to be honest with you. When you consider what the news is versus what we thought it would be, yeah, congratulations for sure. And I don't think the Memphis Grizzlies necessarily have to pick up a point guard. Maybe not. I had them taking Amari Bailey in my mock draft with their 25th, I think, or 24th pick. I don't remember, 26, something like that. But nevertheless, they have their options. They can do something different. They could add to their offense. They could add to their defense. They could, they don't necessarily have to try to figure out what they're going to do with their point guard position per se. So that is the news. That is the news. Obviously, as again, the draft is next Thursday. So, I got my mock draft up here. You guys can go ahead and check that out. I've been leaving videos up. Of course, I've been talking about Bradley Beal and his options and what teams may be interested in picking him up and putting his contract on the books. And that's pretty much where we're at, man. That is really it. I have to go figure out what else there is attached to that. Maybe we see some trades today, because when you see a lot of news like this in the middle of circumstances where the offseason is just now underway, a lot of people were waiting for this type of news to drop, particularly the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm pretty sure that this was going to determine a lot of what they were willing to do. Now that we know what's happening, I think teams start making moves. I think you start seeing trades, pre-draft trades, I guess is what you can say. I expect to see. If Zion's going to be moved, I wouldn't be surprised to see that happen before the draft. If other teams are going to make little moves to try to prepare themselves for the draft, if they want to make trades that don't have anything to do with the last minute, because a lot of teams are going to try to make moves in the last minute, depending on what happens with the Charlotte Hornets pick. If they don't decide to trade it themselves, let's say they take Miller, boom, now we're seeing action. But there are going to be some teams that probably want to do some things before that. Picks that could kind of shake some things up well before the draft, so teams have time to try to figure out what to do rather than trying to scramble last minute with that. And that's just a speculation for me. I don't really know what teams are thinking, but sometimes it's best to have things done before draft day. And I just think that we're now in that sweet spot where the finals is over. We got the news we were waiting for, and now teams can kind of have some certainty about what it is they want to do. So that's really where we're at, man. That is exactly where we are. It's about to be exciting offseason. I can tell you right now, big names are going to be moving around. Free agent like Chris Paul, didn't expect to see out there. That kind of thing could be coming down the pipeline with more players, because at the end of the day, all these teams want to get under the tax apron. And some of the contracts that have already been signed in the previous collective bargaining agreement are now going to be more or less something that teams do not want in this current one. So I don't think we're done seeing movement. Some of these teams that have really, really heavy payrolls are not going to want to keep those payrolls from here on out. They are not going to want to keep those payrolls. So that's what I see coming down the pipeline. Just a lot more movement. Guys trying to shave off salary. Contracts that have not been very good for a very long time, probably coming off the books if they don't expire very soon. And yeah, expect more of that. So that's pretty much what I got, man. I thank you all for watching BDF 44. I'm out.